Hi everybody, it's Helmstrats and I'm back with you guys once again with another video for Mutant Year Zero Routine. Now, if you hadn't seen my first video on this game, I suggest you go back and watch that before continuing with this one. But for those of you who have, as you guys know, last time we made our way from the metal bird in the intro of the game all the way to here, the Ark. Almost said the other thing. Anyway. And we got to learn about the place and the people in it, and we spoke with the Elder, and he gave us our first assignment to find our, well, frankly, our chief engineer slash mechanic, Hammond, who's responsible for maintaining, well, everything about the Ark. And apparently he went on an expedition with a few other stalkers and hadn't been heard from since, so we're being sent to track him down. Now let's see. Oh, and as you can see, we got our two main party members so far and characters. Borman over here, if you can see my mouse cursor circling him, and Ducks over here. Curiously, they don't spend much time together outside of missions. Anyway, but before we head out, I'm gonna double check everything, see if we got everything equipped. Oh, hold on a second. Part of that is Delta's fix.
Hi. If you're here to pick through my dad's stuff, it's been picked clean, okay?
Yeah.
But if you want a fix or an upgrade, talk to me.
Yeah, I upgraded this thing. I upgraded this one. Don't know why I upgraded the pistols, frankly, but I figured I might as well give them a little bit more kick, but I'm probably not going to upgrade them fully. Going to save the weapon parts for these bad boys and probably other, better weapons. Because, when Borman's shotgun goes out, this takes its place.
Take it easy.
Yeah. And during the shop...
Well. Stalkers. So, until next time...
I like her, but she talks too much. Anyway, for Ducks here, I'm gonna have his crossbow, because it's silence weapon, and he's good at that. And Borman, he's gonna keep the Gaper, even though it doesn't do as much well, actually, it does more damage. It doesn't have as much critical damage or critical chance. No, it does. But it has less range. Okay, but still, it's a solid pick. It just knocks back the enemies and destroys cover, which seems to fit his style. I'm not sure about making this poor shotgun his secondary. I think I'm going to stick with the pistol. Alright, and now let's go to the mutations. Okay, yeah, I didn't see this one in the last video. Mutations are either major, minor, or passive. Only one of each can be set in your loadout. Okay, sounds simple enough. Stat bonuses are permanent and always applied regardless of the loadout. Your loadout can be changed in the inventory outside of combat. Okay. Yes, 2 points. Okay, note, this must be activated before you have spent both action points. Okay, enables an action after sprinting. So, you have to hit this before you spend an action point, but you have to sprint for it to activate. Okay, that makes sense. But for now... yeah, let's do this. We'll give him more health later. Alright. Ducks. Well, obviously, we're going to give him the skull splitter and an additional health. I don't like we only have like 2 med packs, but I don't exactly have enough scrap to buy anything else after the last time. Alright, we gave him more weapon range, a stalker vest, a backpack. Oh, he has a backpack too, but still. And we gave him a grenade. I'm not sure of how impressed I am with the Molotovs, frankly, but it is what it is. Alright, that'll do it. And now, we're gonna head out. And we'll fast travel to Hammond's cabin. Since apparently that location's already known. And we'll probably, at some point, go back to the Metal Bird and the East Outpost to see if we missed anything. Because I vaguely remember having to skip over a chest because it was guarded by a handful of high-level enemies that wasn't really equipped to deal with last time. But for now, Hammond's cabin. Yep. Alright. Borman, my man. Zone overview. Yep, and that's where we need to go.
Thanks for signing me up back there, you crazy pig. Yes, Mr. Elder. Sign us up for a suicide mission, Mr. Elder. Did you forget there's like a cajillion ghouls out here who want to kill us?
Nobody gets to kill you but me now. Shut the duck up and keep moving.
I'm telling you, Borman, ain't no happy ending in this story.
Stalkers don't get happy endings. We get each other. So watch my back.
Huh, not a bad line. Alright, some scrap. We'll definitely need to build that up and find a lot of more weapons parts. When we find some weapons worth upgrading. I'm gonna upgrade the crossbow and the gaper to level 2. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upgrade them to level 3. Like I said, I don't really want to save the weapons parts for when, you know, there's some really decent weapons to upgrade. I'm seeing an enemy on the navigation bar up top. Zone dogs. Well, we get to encounter our first irradiated canines, eh?
I got this one.
I'm gonna scout up with Borman. It's over there somewhere. Alright, let's hide. And then see if it comes back this way. Because if it does, I'm gonna ambush it, take it out quickly. There it is. Activate. And we're gonna switch up with the crossbow. Okay, that's 50%, 25%. Not good. Hopefully it hits.
Yeah.
Alright, now you, Borman. Dead. Alright, he's dead. Managed to take him out quietly. When it said the enemy heard you, I figured the others might have heard me too. Here's another zone dog. It spotted ducks. There's only one guy right here, so might as well use this. Got the same either way with less chance hit with the skull splitter.
Oh, does that hurt?
Activate. We could, yes. We'll try the run and gun approach. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Now then, sprint. It should. Yep. One additional. That's a handy little
Cleanly
ability.
done.
That's a handy little ability, if used right. Of course, you can't use it too often, because if there's a large group of enemies, and if I use that recklessly, well,
Our
it's...
campsite,
Ooh.
like hundreds of others across the zone, filled with the ghosts of humans who were foolish enough to try to survive out here. At least, that's what the Elder says.
Yeah, I think a lot of what the Elder says is BS. But anyway, like I was saying, if I rush like too many enemies that's in one spot, Borman would be in serious trouble. Alright, finding a lot of scrap. I don't think either one of these zone dogs dropped anything. Or at least not as far as I could see. No. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Alright. Aha, scrap. Ooh. Weapons parts. Definitely will be needing a lot of those. Alright. Nothing up top. Scrap. We're slowly building it back up our finances.
We should check Hammond's cabin like the Elder asked us to.
Yeah. That's an entrance to lead somewhere else, probably further ahead. Because as far as I could tell, there was only 2 entrances. Whoa. What do we have here?
Whoa, check this thing out. It must have crashed. Look at this symbol on the side, it's like a star.
Mimir. Huh, I'll have to look that up. That sounds familiar for some reason. I know I studied something that had Mimir in it. I just can't think of what it was right now. Ooh, electronics. More scrap. Thinking we should have gotten more than 8 off of that huge hunk of thing. Alright. My Like I'm saying, another scrap. As I always say, guys, it always pays to be thorough. Especially if you don't have to come back to places like this and look twice. Hammond's cabin should be just up ahead. So before we get into that, just to make sure there isn't anything that we need. Yeah, and here's the stairs that we came down on. Yep. Alright. Let's see what we can do about Hammond's cabin. Alright guys, sorry about that little delay there, but my computer froze up for some reason and I had to reload this. So, without any further ado, let's head for Hammond's cabin. First, we're gonna look around. There's a shaman. For some reason, I've got the impression... Wait a second. Is that a horn? Well, it's something approximating a horn, but it looks like it belongs to a diaphragm. Diaphragm. You know, one of those old machines that has the vinyl records that you play. But something tells me that he's gonna use that to, like, call for reinforcements or something.
That's it. Hammond's cabin. Let me guess. That's not Hammond inside. Him. Ghouls.
Alright, let's...
everything.
Ooh.
There are no secrets. Where are the secrets?
The ones in the north will catch Hammond and squeeze the secrets from his head.
Hammond will tell us what the junk is for.
The junk is for us. All of it.
Alright, let's get out of here. That marauder is scouting. Or patrolling, rather. Alright, let's find the best positions.
Let's split up.
Might as well hide them both here. Because they'll both have cover from the marauder and the whoever's inside. Because besides, we need to take out this shaman quick. Activate. While this crossbow is silent, they're going to be near enough to hear Borman anyway, so might as well end this fast.
Gotcha.
Activate. Now you should be able to finish him. Shaman down.
Down! Overwatch. Overwatch.
Ah, they're nervous after we took out their shaman, huh? Alright, let's take this marauder out. And then there was only one.
One of us.
We should try the running gun. Yep. Now for a sprint. Hopefully this will kill him.
The stalkers!
You may have gotten me, but you're about to be dead yourself, buddy.
Overwatch.
Alright, now ducks. See if you can't provoke him to trigger that overwatch, or at the very least hit him. Nope. Okay. Alright, Borman, it's up to you. Dead.
Sleep it off. Sweet takedown.
Alright, leveled up. Clean execution. I was right, that shaman did what, well, was the summoner for reinforcements. Medkit. Oh, yes, 2. Even better. Far looker. Artifact collected. A telescope, or the far looker. This tube-like object gives its user the ability to view distant objects up close. Might also come in handy as a weapon if you get in a tight spot.
This is Hammond's far looker. Let's bring it back to Prep before the ghouls take it.
That name is all wrong. It should be a smallifier, because when I looked into it, everything became smaller and more distant.
Amazing what the ancients could make.
Alright, oh, some notes. Zone Dog Camp. As the seasons pass, I am forced to further out into the zone to find even the most basic of objects. From time to time, I stumble across the odd hidden place where even in locations I imagined were already cleaned out by stalkers seasons ago. One such place is to be found due west of the fallen machine. There appears to be the remains of an ancient camp, complete with transportable hut. The location is currently home to a pack of zone dogs who, for some reason, tolerate my presence near to their breeding grounds. They pick off wandering ghouls and I leave them alone. This unusual symbiosis works for me quite well. Okay, due west of the fallen machine, huh? For now, let's focus. Ooh, Noton. Or Noatun. Yeah, Noatun. Disable robotic enemies. Enclave power brick. Huh. Broken gun. Weapons parts. Scrap. Let's get inside. More scrap. Likely notes in there. Take one last look around. Okay, let's see what these notes are about.
Zone ghouls stripped this cabin clean. Almost everything useful was gone. But it's a good thing ghouls can't read. They ignored the diary hidden inside Hammond's desk. Me and Ducks aren't big readers either. But we look for answers in the diary. And all we get is more questions. Hammond writes how he found the crashed machine near his cabin. He's convinced the machine was sent as a message from a mythical place beyond the zone called Eden, where everybody's happy and safe. When Hammond sees another machine fall north of here, he takes his stalker crew up there to find it. I close the diary. Here's the problem. Eden's a fairy tale. Some bedtime story mutants believe in, so they can get to sleep at night. So either Hammond is onto something, or his brain's got the rot, and he's about to kill a bunch of good stalkers. Guess we gotta find out. Me and Ducks have to go north. Farther from home than we've ever been. It's dangerous. Ducks thinks I'm crazy to press on. I don't disagree with him. I don't care about some stupid Eden. But we need to find Hammond. And if he's going north, we're going north.
If he's going north, that makes him a grade A certified loony. No one goes up there, Borman. And what's with those 2 stalkers he took with him? They should know better.
They're following orders, just like us. The Ark can't run without Hammond, so we're bringing him back. Especially with ghoul packs coming this far south. Wonder what they're planning.
Ghouls are too dumb to plan. Someone's pushing them down here. I feel it in my feathers.
Dax is probably not wrong. As far as I've encountered, unless there's a very singular intelligent ghoul among them, ghouls don't seem like the plan, fellas to plan much of anything, except what they're going to do next. Not necessarily how or why. Alright, let's see. Alright. You know, why don't we visit the Elder first? See what he has to say about all this.
I'm happy that you took on this mission to find Hammond. As you go deeper into the zone, questions will arise in your heads. You'll ask yourselves how this world became a wasteland. I'll tell you. A long time ago, a strange disease sprang up in a city not too far from here. A vicious disease. The eyes of the victims would go red. They would bleed from their ears. Hence its infamous nom de plume, the Red Plague. Within 40 years, the plague destroyed most of the human race. A quick rake of death, scraping across the face of the planet. It was nature's revenge.
BS.
Revenge against the greed, the arrogance, the egos of humans who thought they were gods.
BS.
We call these fools the Ancients.
More BS.
We don't worship the Ancients like the madman in the zone do. Because our salvation doesn't depend on false gods who live in the heavens. It doesn't depend on the mirage of paradise beyond the zone. Our salvation depends on us. Us means humans and mutants together. And as 2 of our resident mutants, I bet you wonder who you are. Where you come from. I wonder too. We all do. When I found you in the zone, you were shivering, naked, memories completely wiped. We took you in, taught you, and now you serve us as our hunters, our trackers, our warriors. We are indebted to you, stalkers. Never turn on each other. Hear me?
Alrighty.
Survive and persevere, my brave stalkers.
Got 87 scrap.
My little birdies tell me a flying machine crashed down east of here. I hear the ghouls haven't stripped it yet. Bet you could pick a lot of scrap off it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we would be able to only like to buy just one more thing, and I'd rather save
Later,
the scrap.
Gator.
Alright. Back to Hammond's cabin. Hope that no more units has spawned back. Though I could use the weapon parts in the scrap. Or more medkits. Yep, there's the exit to the next zone. First, just another quick look around. I'd hate to think that I missed anything. I don't think I have. Nah, I didn't. Okay, let's go. New area. The high road.
Never been this deep into the zone before. Bet you a pitcher of grog there's ghouls out here. They're everywhere.
What was that? Ooh. More scrap. Oh wait, that's broken gun parts. 15 button. Alright, so far so good. Now let's check the other side before we proceed forward. Right. Yep, more scrap. Let's check our inventory real quick. Mutations. 2 points, and we're at level 5. Yeah, 2 points, 2 points. Yeah, definitely gonna spend 1 point on that. Ooh, movement booster. Yes, please. Oh, okay, that should do it.
Look alive. We got company. Wait. That's a stalker. One of Hammond's.
Alright. Let's meet our new friend.
Stay right there. Who are you?
You're Selma, right? You're a mutant like us, on Hammond's team.
Do I owe you money?
No,
Did I kill your brother?
No.
And Selmer I am. Who are you?
I'm Dux, and he's Borman. Hello? Like the only walking duck and boar in the whole Ark? Come on.
That's funny. I think you've mistaken me for someone who gives a duck. I've got to catch up to Hammond before it's too late.
You're part of Hammond's crew. How did you get separated?
It was weird. We were all hearing strange voices. Not from the zone. In our heads. And that's when the ghouls ambushed us. After the fight, I was somehow blinded, paralyzed. I could barely move. I told Hammond I'd catch up to him when it wore off. 2 long, rough days. But I'm better now. He headed up north to a crash site to find some metal ship. Says it was sent from...
Eden, I know. Do you believe him?
If Hammond thinks there's an Eden, there's an Eden. Believe me. You guys are trying to find him too? And we can work together.
This is insane. You want to go more north? Into Ghoul Central? They'll kill us.
A lot of ghouls have tried to kill me, but I'm still here. So, am I part of your team or what?
Mean, why not? Anyway, let's see what she has. An ancient pistol. Ah. Looks like a Glock with a silencer. Alright. Good range, limited ammo, pathetic damage. I'll assign her with another pistol, I guess. And what's your mutations? You got 7 points. Health booster. And super tendons. Gonna save up points for tree hugger. Alright. Whoa, what was that? Enemy above, huh? What is that? Another one of those machines that is falling down. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Anyway. Okay, no alertness. Except right there. Pick up note. Evacuation routes D1 Hoga. Da-da-da, no pets, blah 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 blah. Yeah. What's this now? That's probably going to go up, but...
Look at this. Some sort of path through the forest. Hard to notice.
Enemies ahead. Yep. This can't be the zone dog area that the note mentioned from before mentioned. All right.
I'm going alone.
Alright, that.
Wow. You're gonna have one hell of a flea market with this junk. Look at these weird machines. Where do you think they come from?
For some reason, I think Borman has more helpful commentary than Dux does.
Elder Almighty, I've seen some crazy shit in the zone, but this takes the bullet. This house must have belonged to some small people. I mean, small. That is just the weirdest.
Alright. Come to think of it, wasn't Selma the one in the intro movie of this game? You know, she was the one that blended in with the woodwork of the house. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. For some reason, flickered out on me. Need to see what's wrong with this mouse. Alright, let's try Borman first. And let's Selena. See how much damage she does. I don't see what a silenced pistol does her any good. She yells every time she shoots.
Gotcha.
Amen to that!
Alright. Now Zone Dog.
Bingo.
Ouch. Alright, Dux, finish it.
Serves you right.
Stone cold.
Got 2 health back.
Hey, follow me.
Alright, that's all the enemy that was here. $103 scrap. Ooh. Electronics, which gave us scrap. More scrap. Open chest.
Let it be something good.
A top hat. That would be good for Selma here. Alright, Borman with mutations. Yeah, we're gonna give you more health. Something tells me you're gonna need it. And Selma. Tree hugger. Alright. Ought to do it for now. See what else is around here. Weapons parts. Always good to have. I don't see anything else. Sure, we got everything. Alright. Now then, let's see where this takes us. First thing, let's take a look at our inventory again. Swap that out for a grenade. Give you the Molotov for your second item. Alright, we're kitted out. Well, let's use a med pack on Dux here. I'd hate to waste it, but he's down near health, so we should give it him one. Alright. Crash site. The Fallen Angel. Come to think of it, didn't we have something in our inventory? No? Okay.
So I was talking to Iridia, and she told me about this ancient machine she had seen out in the zone, not too far from here. She said it looked like it had fallen from the sky, crashed into the ground, and it spread more than enough scrap around for us.
Huh. Interesting.
We just walked into the wrong goddamn crash site. Ghouls.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Let's go around. See if we can't find any other stuff. We're at level 6. Whoop. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I was trying to go around. Yeah, Fallen Angel. avoid that. Butcher level 5.
Wait here.
Uh-oh. There's another guy over there, too. Activate.
Were you saying something?
Okay, he's down. Gonna send Celine to scout ahead. Another hunter, also level 5. Too close to the other guys.
Get your asses over here.
Hipster fruit tester. Power brick. Da-da-da.
There's an image of a rot pear. This looks like a testing contraption for fruit.
I heard stories about singing fruit that could make music. Is this somehow related?
Why the hell would anybody need to test fruit? You either eat it or you sling it at some bozo's head. A bozo like you.
Ooh, there's the hunter. Maybe if we're lucky, we can ambush him. Yes. Alright, Selena. You're up with the pistol. Actually... don't miss.
Stay down.
I owe you a grog. That was amazing.
Shoot. They heard. Alright. Let's see if we can't get ourselves into some cover. Are you out of range of my grenade, though, is the question. They don't have as much of effect on those things. Plus, I'd rather save it for those, raiders over there. So, let's... Actually, let's test this ability out. Then you run all the way over here. Alright, ducks. Run over here. I am going to figure out why every time I click my left mouse button it pops off of my screen. Let's do Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Take the swine! As good as dead!
Care unit in confirmative. He's lying down again.
Pyro is going to be the most dangerous one. Aside from the boss, I mean. Borman. Run and gun.
Overwatch.
Alright, now switch weapons.
That had to hurt.
Today, dickwad.
Hopefully Overwatch will get that pyro.
Overwatch. Overwatch.
Personal injury detected. Care provider on approach vector.
Of course not. And of course it didn't get the butcher.
Needs it.
At least that's one dead.
You finally figured out how to use that thing?
What do you mean out of... Alright, Ducks, apparently it's all on you.
You did it, kid.
Overwatch. Of course you're gonna miss. And of course you're gonna get hit. And of course the dogs are gonna get...
Overwatch.
Confirmative. He's lying down again.
Alright, Celine, you're gonna need to do Tree Hugger again. I meant for you to get behind cover.
Now it's getting fun.
Borman, get out of there. Alright, got one charge left. Frankly, I need you to take out that zone dog.
You did good.
Alright, Celine. Chief Huss is way too close for my liking.
Overwatch.
Operation started.
And of course it had to beat the hunter.
Killing again.
Smash the feathered one. No sweat on it. Need you good.
Molotov. Doesn't affect the machine. Actually, gonna reload. Then gonna fire the weapon. And of course you miss. Figures. Borman, you're gonna heal yourself. Then you're gonna throw a grenade. Reload.
Last one! Overwatch!
Don't step into the light. We are applying facial mask. Have a super day.
Alright.
One of us is down!
You're earning your scrap, kid.
Alright, Borman, you need to find another place to hide. Run and gun. But we don't have anything, so we'll reload. Interrupted his healing. We'll just have Chief Huss there be restrained. Then, hopefully she hits this guy. Thank you.
Overwatch!
Yeah, he can't move, so that's good. Alright, ducks. Now get into proper cover.
I did that. What do you think about that, huh?
Alright, we got one health pack left. We used all of our hand grenades, but none of our Molotovs. I wonder... Okay, yeah, run and gun. Missed. Now, fire.
Want some more?
Okay.
Time to die, stalker!
And of course, he doesn't miss. Whereas I will always miss at that range. No, 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 no. Reload. Can you hit him at that distance? Probably not, but we're gonna try anyway. Well, what do you know? You did hit him.
Gotcha.
Woo! Yeah!
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, we didn't have to waste our last, health pack. Alright.
Hey, follow me.
Hey, Selma. You must have seen a lot of crazy stuff out in the zone, huh? Working with Hammond?
I've seen things you wouldn't believe. The ruins of an amphitheater in an ancient city. A herd of zone bears grazing on fluorescent grass.
Whoa, you're pulling my beak, right? Tell me more.
Ain't no zone bears. Ain't no ancient city. But there's plenty of scrap out there. So why don't you find us some?
Chem flare. Common scrap. What a lot of scrap to find.
Let's see what's inside.
Ooh, needle pistol. Definitely gonna take that. You know, I think I'm gonna give Borman this pistol. He'll need a silence weapon. I would give it to her, considering she's the pistol expert, but I figure Borman will need a silent weapon for at least right now. Besides, if all three of my guys have silenced weapons, I can use them on the one guy I want to take out before, you know, he raises the alarm or something.
Come on, let it be something good.
Ooh, a stalker vest, yes. Definitely give it to Borman. He'll need one of his own. Oop. There we go. Now both he and Dux has stalker vests. She'll need some kind of armor at some point. Broken gun, weapon parts. Boy, there's just scrap and weapon parts galore out here. Let's make sure we get everything. Don't see anything over here. Pick up note. Alpha level clearance only. Blah blah blah. Theta. Strings of longitude and latitude. Okay. We'll look at that later. If there's anything to be, you know, found from it. Gleaned from it, I mean. Alright, weapon parts.
This guy looks a long way from home. Maybe he's one of the ancients sent down from the heavens to keep us from doing bad stuff, or whatever those ancients do. What
Open chest.
do we have here?
Ooh, a helmet. Immune to critical hits. Definitely give this one to Boris, because he seems to take a lot of critical hits. Alright. Going to be picking this place clean. No, I'm not really all that impressed with the Molotovs. Sure, they do 1 damage and they, you know, continue that damage for a couple of more turns. But other than that, I think I would need to get some upgrades before they're really effective. But the hand grenades are dang near effective. At least for now. It's probably going to change once these guys start leveling up, I'm sure. Alright, got some more scrap. Broken weapons parts. Ah, almost missed these. $202 scrap. Alright, that should do it. So let's head on out here, back to the high road. High road to the zone. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Alright. Across the bridge we go. Wonder what's going to be up here. Depending on what it is, we might go back to the Ark for new weapons and such.
Watch out for ghouls on the road.
Hey, you on the truck! Ugly face! You see anything out there? No, there's nothing out there. It's the zone. And stop calling me ugly face. Look at your face.
Level 10,
I can't look at my face, it's my face. Now put your eyes out there and look for intruders.
Yeah, when we level up a certain level, so does our enemies, it seems. Afraid we're gonna have to go back to the Ark to upgrade and such. But before we do that, alright guys, sorry about that. Just needed to save a little real quick.
Let's split up.
And before we head back to the Ark, gonna have Selena here scout around the area, see if we can find any extra scrap and possibly collect that item like I said. Alright. Okay. Hopefully I can get past this guy at some point. Alright, he's moving on. Alright. Going to wait for him to come back. And as soon as I can clear his radius... Now! Need to hurry, hurry, hurry and open this chest. Ooh. Ooh, a hockey vest. Gladiator. Of course, they call it a gladiator fight. Alright, let's hide. No, let's run. Quick. Alright, smooth. Since these guys are level 10, I imagine enemies from this point on will be too, so we're gonna need some serious upgrades.
Hey, over here.
Alright. Now then. Map. Let's head for the Ark. Alright, inventory. Let's check out mutations. One more point before the hog rush. I'm gonna save up till then. 5 points for ducks. Couple more points and I'll have the moth wings. Alright, 4 points. This will definitely be handy to have. So we can, let's see if we can, you know, kill a couple of guys to level up.
Heard you met some of them ghouls in the weird outfits out there. They call them shamans or something. Their screams alert nearby ghouls and sends them running straight for you. Next time you see a shaman, shut him up before all hell breaks loose.
Right. Got 93 weapon parts. So, what do we want to upgrade first? Sorry about that, guys, again. Huh. 30. You know, we got enough to upgrade 3 weapons. Might as well do the silenced ones. Yep. This one. One more. Crossbow. Alright. I know I said I wanted to save up, you know, for better weapons, but still, I'm gonna have to work with what I've got. Next one, I'm gonna level up this one. And this one. Alright.
Take it easy.
Wait, can we...
You want something? Talk to me.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. I was hoping we could sell these guns and, you know, get weapon parts back, but apparently not.
Well, look what the Zone Wolf dragged in. Good to see you.
Alright, 2 artifact points. Looks like we need one of these before we can advance to the next set, which is unfortunate. Too bad we don't have a 3rd artifact. Why not? Give more turns for our guys to recover. And we can carry more grenades. Yeah, 1 more fire damage. Big whoop. But again, we have no choice but to get this before we can go forward. See, like I said. Alright.
Till next time.
Alright. Does he have anything else to
Your
say?
search for Hammond continues. Good. His skill with machines keeps the Ark's heart beating. But his curiosity may be his downfall. Always going deeper into the zone, searching for something that's not there. I beg you, stalkers, find Hammond before his questions kill him.
Sounds more like you don't want him to find a certain something. This is not a tone of a concerned friend or a leader, but rather the tone of someone who's had this argument before.
Farewell. Remember your elder's guidance.
Alright, Iridia's shop.
My favorite. The Molotov cocktail. Simple and effective. Light it, throw it, watch the world burn.
Doesn't do much, though. I wish she would sell these depleted uranium rounds. I definitely would want those. Alright, we got 2 med packs. What new? EMP grenade, pyro armor. Stalker vest. Smoke grenade. One of these. One of these. Could get this scope. Nah. Everything's fine as is, especially with the upgrades. What I really need is grenades. And a med kit. Alright. 4 med packs and 2 grenades.
Safe travels.
Yeah, you're still expensive. Anyway. Speaking of which, armor. There you go. Actually, since that has 2 armor and 1 HP, we should give that to Borman instead. Stalker vest for you. There we go. Now, mutations. Oh wait, I already went through this, never mind. Inventory. Item. Grenade for you. Grenade for you. Aim bonus. Yeah, like that will ever come in handy. Okay. You know, let me check something real quick. Yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is go back to the Metal Bird and maybe search the East Outpost and the outskirts before coming back to the Ark and saving the game and ending it there, because I'm already over an hour. Plus, I have a feeling going through the high road, the tunnel, and eventually here is going to take a while, so let's do that. East Outpost. Okay, that goes that way. Aha! Right where we left them. The enemies I mentioned before. Holy crap! Level 55, never mind. Never mind. Let's check the east outpost. I forgot that they were level 55. It's been a while since I went back to this game. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything from my last playthrough. Not playthrough, my last video. But still, just wanted to double check. Aha! I see something. Scrap. Park outskirts. Alright, I think that was it. What do we have here? Does this lead where I think it does? Oh yeah, it does. Well, we could always just look around. See if we can't nab any goodies before we run into enemies.
I heard of these before. Never saw them. Weird how they're all connected.
They got wheels. A lot of them. These things moved?
Something's not right here.
Okay, yeah, that's all I need to hear. This is gonna trigger something. And we are not at level 25. Let's go. Back to the Ark. In fact... Alrighty then, after that little field trip, I'm gonna call the end of the video here. So guys, if you enjoyed me watching me play Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden, then please, as always, leave a like, sound the notification bell to stay up to date with my channel's content. Leave your comments, thoughts, and or game suggestions in the comments section below, and hit that subscribe button to support my channel and to help it grow as we all continue our YouTube journey together. Thanks. I've been Helmstrats, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.